Is this your full-time job at this point?
I left the plant last year. I did 11 years, but I definitely have been hearing, go do what you really want to do. So that's what I did.
Was it a buyout or you literally just resigned?
I just left. Yeah, it was a buyout. I bought myself out.
Congratulations on that, bro. That's everybody's dream.
I haven't been there long enough to get a pension. I'm like, okay, how long am I supposed to just work here? And I couldn't even see what my last day was supposed to be. Just thinking like that, like, okay, how long am I supposed to do this? I'm like, nah, man, let me go try to at least do what I want to do, at least. Instead of coming here, then I'm coming home and I'm kind of too tired to even, I don't even really feel like writing and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting too tired to do what I really want to do. So you got to make a choice sometime, really.
Are you good with the time management?
When I left last year in March, I only had 3 scripts done. Now I got 12. So I wrote 9 movies over a year, might as well say. I still woke up. I had my alarm set for the same 3:30. I woke up at 3:30 like I was still going to the plant, but I woke up doing something different.
I welcome you to the Pattern Disruption Podcast. This is the show where we break through the noise and we dive into the stories of those who's shaking up the game. I'm your host, Eric Rhymes, and every week I bring you real, raw conversations with entrepreneurs, educators, entertainers, and all-around creatives who went from the shadows to the spotlight. So if you're ready to learn what it takes to rise above the rest, you're in the right place. Let's break some patterns and start the show. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the show. Without further ado, this is a brother I went to high school with, and I couldn't remember exactly how I knew him because it's the way his name was, and it had been so long. He goes by a different name, but I want to welcome my brother. I'm gonna call him O, and then if he want to tell y'all his government and all of that, I'll let him do that. But I like to welcome my brother O to the stage.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
Man, what's going on, man? Welcome to the show, bro. Like I said in my intro, I appreciate you being here. Tell the people who you are and what you do.
My name is Omari Bonner, and I give the government out because if you go on any movie that I got, it's got my name as director, so I can't even hide from that if I wanted to hide from that. I write movies, and I guess, I'm directing movies too. So that's what I do right now.
Oh,
just trying to get it out there. And I know it's not the usual content everybody used to see or whatever and all that, but that's just because I'm trying to my stuff is different. So that's what it is. It's like, it's in a different lane. It's still out there. It's like everybody else, but it's just in a different lane. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my stuff just different. I know it's different. People tell me it's different. So I just go with that, man. I'm just trying to create my own little lane, my own little brand, whatever. And that's pretty much it, man.
why do you say your stuff is in a different lane? So, a little backstory. I hadn't got a chance to watch the one you got on Tubi right now. But for people that don't know, who haven't seen any of your work, why do you say your stuff is different?
I say that, man, because at the premiere, one of the cast people, he brought his 4-year-old daughter, and I had my 75-year-old mother. And neither one of them had to cover their face or none of that during none of the scenes or none of that. I don't have no sex scenes in my movies.
Okay. And when you say it's different, you mean it's family friendly?
As far as like that type of, like I don't have no sex scenes in my movie, so anybody can watch my stuff and not have to worry about cover eyes or nothing like that. Get him out the room. None of that.
Okay. And let me say, like, me being from the film community, that's actually kind of difficult. And I'm gonna say why, because not only
not having you just gotta have. It's definitely difficult, and there's a lot of stuff on TV, like, because a lot of my stuff be like on Tubi and all that. Like, it'd be a lot of sex scenes. And somebody had asked me that, like, you don't have no sex. I said I like it's no knock to anybody that do it, but I just don't write it in there. So I don't even put my people in that position. They got to read like even if they want to feel uncomfortable. No, anybody can act in that. Anybody act.
So that means you got to have a lot of dialogue and you got to have interesting, quick. Your stuff got to move quick, but at the same time, be your actors got to be good too. How do you go about
Yeah,
finding
yeah.
talent that? Because you know, a lot of us are novices in this, so you going to find talent that can give you that level of work. How you doing that?
Man, I actually got my people, and nobody has took an acting class. It's just we just all had a vision, man, and I don't know if they haven't even perfected their little craft yet. It's just we trying to get it as close to perfection as possible. But we have a few takes,
Yeah.
but they're learning it, man. They learning it. They learning it. Like couldn't nobody really tell nobody had acting classes at all. Like, but no, my people that they never had acting classes. We just all got had a vision, and we just you know what I'm saying. We own it.
Okay. Okay. So tell me, when did you first fall in love with this film thing? Because you started out as a rapper writer. When did you fall for this film thing?
Right, right. I had wrote a book on my mother. Lord, please make it stop. That was the book I wrote, and then I wrote the script for that. And I had to just start sending it out to little competitions and all that, and then start getting a little movement, whatever, like a couple awards, whatever. So after that, I just wrote the little movie, wrote that, started shooting that, and that I had to scrap that. So I'm gonna definitely go back to that eventually, but I don't even know when. But that's where it started from. Well, it started from script contest, and then that was it.
So you wrote a movie based on your mother. Do you?
Yeah, I had the book out first, and then I wrote a script based on that book,
Okay.
and then yeah, and started putting that script in contest, and after that, it just
Was this
man.
some type of complications your mother had, or something y'all went through that?
She had battling. She was battling cancer
Okay.
and a little gambling, little problem, whatever, and she beat both of them, and that was that was my way of handling all that. I just wrote about it.
Okay. And that whole process. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. And what year was that?
Man, that was probably like 2005, 2006. That's 20 years ago. Yep, that's crazy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's funny how time flies.
I didn't write the book. The book didn't even come like to 2012, 2013. But all that happened like back then, 2005,
Oh,
like
okay.
20 years ago.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Well, God is good, most definitely.
Yes.
Um, so what's the first thing? So that was the first thing that you wrote as far as film or any type of
Yep.
script. Um,
Yep.
did you growing up in Detroit, did that have any effect on how you wrote it and the way the whole process played out as far as the book and
You talking about like with stuff with do we talk with that?
yeah,
No, no. Well, the only thing it had to do with it because it was the casinos. So
okay.
the casinos had a lot to do with that whole
Yeah, yeah.
gambling stuff, all that. Right, right.
Okay, okay. Um, so you started in writing. How was your career in rap? Did you ever make any
Uh
did you get any traction?
man, the rap was crazy because I had I was rapping with some people, then I had dropped like a little solo mixtape thing, and that's I had went to New York and I took 200 copies and just passed them out, and I ended up getting calls. So I performed in Harlem twice, Philly, uh, but it was all really underground stuff. And I had the guy that wanted me to come out there, but he wanted me to come out there. He's like, "Yeah, man, give me 30 days." I'm like, "Man, I can't just come out here for no 30 days." Like, but I met a lot of people doing that music stuff. Like, I met a lot of people. I met a lot of people doing that music stuff. Like, man, met a lot of people.
So you say you don't do love scenes in your movies. Was your rap censored a little bit too? Or what?
Kind of, sort of, but I would say I was like more like Fab.
Oh, okay. Just lyrical.
Yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And what was your rap name?
Fire. It was an acronym. Fellow individual represent everything. So people will be like, "You got what type of style?" I'm like, "I don't got a style. I'm just versatile."
Okay.
That was my slogan.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Um, can we still find any of your music online?
Yeah, man. It still shows on YouTube, man. Fire, aka the arsonist. Fire, aka the arsonist. And on Reverb Nation, my profile is still up there under Fire, Firedet, Fire DET on Reverb Nation. It still got 20 songs up there, but I did like 100 tracks. I just can't. They on CDs and the cars don't play CDs. So that's the crazy part. I got 50 songs I can't even listen to.
Man, listen, I got about 25, 30 songs up on Reverb Nation right now, too. That's so crazy, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Um, so what was the specific moment where you realized, man, I really can do this movie thing? Was it a specific moment?
When I had the first script, when I first sent the script in, and then I came like in fourth place or something. When I got the first place little award, and then I got it like a few times. And then I got it. I had put it in the Canes thing overseas, the Canes,
Yeah.
and I got the award over there.
Okay.
I said, "Oh, okay."
You got
And
number one in the
that's
cans?
yeah,
Oh, now that's crazy.
yeah.
That's
The
crazy.
short story, yeah, yeah,
What was
yeah.
that? What project was that?
That might have been quarantine love. See, like all I got 4 books, and I wrote scripts to all the books. So those part of the project too. But Quarantine Love was one of the ones I put in the contest, and that's the one that had over in Canes. Yep.
Quarantine Love.
Yep. I wrote that during COVID, man, and I started putting that in the little contest, whatever. Then that started doing crazy, really.
And where
Yep.
can we
Quarantine.
is that out? I know the book is.
Yeah, that book is out too. Quarantine. I got Quarantine Love. I got The Other Side of the Ring. Lord, please make it stop. The Streets Don't Love You, part 1 and 2. That's a series, actually. I gotta get back to shoot. I gotta shoot that again. But that's a series, The Streets Don't Love You. I got book 1 and 2 out for that. And all them on Amazon.
Okay. Okay, but no movies to any of these.
Nope, no movies to any of those, but I got the script already wrote to Quarantine Love. Like I said, that's when I got the award for that. The script is wrote for that. I just gotta really, man, I just gotta shoot it. I got 12 scripts wrote already. So I just gotta shoot the stuff, really.
So tell me, what's the premise of Quarantine Love? It sounds like it's just somebody in love during the pandemic.
No, a guy meet a girl during the COVID, and then they hit it off, whatever. Pretty much, yeah, a little romance story.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Yep.
And
But it's based out of Chicago. When I wrote it, I ain't write it like I was here. I wrote it like somebody was in Chicago and met somebody. So it's based out of Chicago. So when I shoot it, I want to really go to Chicago and shoot it.
and okay, so you got different landmarks from Chicago in it that you just have to
Yep,
show.
yep, different. Yep,
Okay.
yep. Like I got people walking along the Navy Pier and all that type of stuff. Yep.
Okay. Okay. And so have you always had a huge imagination where you could just think up this stuff? Is that how your mind work, or do you have to put a lot of effort in this stuff?
Man, honestly, man, it come easy, man. I can't even lie. It come like the bartender, my boy. He was just joking with me, man. Write something like a black version of Cheers, and this is on a Thursday. Monday, when I saw Monday, I was like, man, I'm done. So I wrote that. I wrote the bartender over a weekend.
And how long is the film?
The film is about an hour, a little bit over an hour, probably about an hour or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now that,
Yeah, but I mean, the writing, I can't even lie. The writing come easy, man. The writing really, my imagination, yeah, it definitely be drifting, but yeah, the writing come easy.
so are you the type of person who you see the end and then you uh what's that noise? Oh, you see the end and then you reverse engineer back to the beginning, or you start with the beginning and just try to figure out where it's gonna go based on what you want to tell.
uh, that's a good thing you asked because somebody else had asked me that before. The process how I go, I had an end, I had an ending already
Okay.
and the beginning, and I just put everything in the middle.
So you had it.
So the ending will never change. Yep. I like go to the end of a notebook or something and write the ending. Then I go to the beginning and just write everything else.
Okay. Okay. And you say you wrote that in a weekend.
Yep.
Okay. I'm a little
Yep.
jealous of that. And
I mean, I could, man, my mind be drifting, man. I like
man, to be able to do that in a
already,
weekend
man.
is sick.
The crazy part about that is part two is already wrote. I'm just waiting on see how part one do. Part two is already wrote. Like that's how prepared I am right now.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
So have you always been this prepared?
Yep. Even with like with the music, when we go to the studio, some people, I wasn't going thinking, I'm not about to think of nothing on the spot or nothing like that. But I always brought a notebook. So I could flip through I could flip through a notebook full of rhymes that I had wrote already and I would just pick something like that. That's how I would do. I'll pick a verse.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I got you. So how I guess how did you feel when you saw your first when you because I guess the bartender is the first one that went from script to movie
To screen.
to
Yeah.
screen.
Now I mean, I don't even know, man. I'm because I really just chill. I'm just chill because, like I be telling the actors and stuff, I say, well, people see y'all more than they see me, so I could still be behind the scene and just be the unknown face or whatever, and have a cameo here or there. But like I told them, I still feel the same kind of sort of. Now, it do be times I look at TV. Like today, I clicked it on. It was on the front page. I was like, damn, and both of them was right there. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I was like, okay. But other than that, like I feel like I could just stay in the back. But there's some guy they say they always be in all his films, the Avengers guy, somebody. So they be trying to get me to do a little cameo here or there.
I mean
But I
that's
tell
kind of
all
dope because in the beginning, won't nobody know it's you, and it's like you know, it'd be kind of
right,
cool.
right, right. But my plan is to make it where they can't be comfortable in public. If they uncomfortable in public, then I know they out there, out there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you want to make it where when they step out there, they gotta move different because that's how successful they
They
are.
gotta they can't come home without taking a couple of pictures or something. Like somebody gonna see them. That's my main thing to have my people where when they go somewhere, they gonna at least take one picture that day with somebody that they never met before.
What part of the process? Because so for people that don't know, you got a couple films on Tubi right now. How did you go about finding distribution?
Uh that right there, I had just been just checking around, whatever. Then I had went out to when it was called Homestead. I had saw when Dennis Reed was doing whatever, and I went out there. I walked through his studio, man, like last year, and I told somebody I was like, man, I'm dealing with him. And then I had told him when my stuff come out, I'm only gonna deal with you, and that's pretty much. I just kept my word, and that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I just like how they had everything going and all that out there, and so now that's why I'm pretty much do everything through 1919.
Okay. And you said that was based on just seeing how everything was ran, meeting him and the team, and you just felt in your
Mhm.
spirit that's what you should do.
Yep. Some told me to deal with them, and I walked through them halls, and when I left up out of there, I said, "Yep, this is where I'm gonna bring my stuff."
Okay. Okay. And so Tubi takes a percentage. I'm sure your distributors get a percentage.
Mhm.
As far as your team, because the name of your company, you said it is your daughter's name, is your
OMK.
kid's name.
It's my son, my kids. Yeah. OMK, Omari, Maya, and Kaya.
Omari, Maya, and Kaya. So are they
Yeah.
your only other partners, or do you have another partner?
Nah, they the partners. They the partners.
Okay, that's dope. Have they been in any of your films?
No, my son be trying to be in there, but like I said, if I get something for him or whatever, I might throw him in there, but I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you deal with self-doubt or creative blocks?
Now that's a I mean, I kind of used to think about it, but now it's just like when you see this type of stuff that people do like and all that, you never know what somebody gonna like, whatever. So my thing, man, is just try to get it out there, try to get your stuff out there. Let the world decide let the world decide if they like it. Because there's always gonna be self-doubt. You're never gonna really know if you got that hit or whatever till you put something out there.
Yeah. And then sometimes you
Like that's like this with the hair. I got this hair documentary, and at first Tubi didn't even really know what to do with it. And my whole thing thinking like that, like man, just put it out there, let the world decide. Like they didn't really know what category to put, even though it's a documentary, they didn't know really what to do with it. And I mean, they put it out there, so hey,
how,
like I told them,
how's it doing?
let the world, man, it's doing all right,
Okay. Okay.
really.
So
Yeah,
at this point, is this your full-time job at this point? Making film?
yep. Yep, I left the plant last year. I did 11 years in there, and I have been hearing, like, I'm not the most religious, but I definitely have been hearing, go do what you really want to do
Yeah.
or whatever. So that's what I did.
And what would you say
And I really haven't looked back. I haven't looked back,
you
really.
were at the plant, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Um, did you making that transition, was it a buyout or you literally just resigned?
I just left.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I bought myself out. Yeah, it was a buyout. I bought myself out.
Congratulations on that, bro. That's everybody's dream. And once you
I mean, and everybody, and there's a lot of people, man, man, it's a lot of people. Come on now, we know it's a lot of people that really want to do stuff, but they be kind of scared to do it, man. And you don't, and it like it's not, it wasn't like I was waiting to get no pension or nothing in there. I hadn't been there long enough to get a pension, so I'm like, okay, how long am I supposed to just work here? And I couldn't even see what my last day was supposed to be. Just thinking like that, like, okay, how long I'm supposed to do this? I'm like, nah, man, let me go try to at least do what I want to do. At least if I try to do what I want to do, I'll be all right. Instead of coming here, then I'm coming home and I'm kind of too tired to even. I don't even really feel like writing and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting too tired to do what I really want to do. So, so you got to make a choice sometime. Really, that's what it's all about.
so
A
are you
sacrifice.
good with the time management with the free time? Are you
I left last year in March. When I left last year in March, I only had 3 scripts done. Now I got 12. So
okay?
I wrote 9 movies over a year, might as well say. I
Okay.
still woke up. I had my alarm set for the same 3:30. I woke up at 3:30 like I was still going to the plant, but I woke up doing something different.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's always the thing. I tell my daughter because she in the process of making a move, and I tell her up until this is said and done, see if you really have the chops to be on your own. You know what I'm saying? Set a schedule
Yeah.
and try and stick to it, and make sure that you really about this life. Because you step out here and you
Hmm.
give up all your, you give it up and you really not there. Now you got to start over. It ain't the end of the world. Because I took a buyout
Right.
myself, and I've had some
Hmm.
valleys and some peaks, but overall, man, it's nothing like doing the fulfillment that you get out of getting them checks from Tubi. Got it. That's enough right there. You know what I'm saying? To see yourself buy your family a dinner off a Tubi check, The issue,
Off of, like I said, yeah, you did something that you really love
yeah,
doing.
and
And,
out of
yeah,
creating something in your mind and bringing it to this realm, and then come on, man, that if that's not the biggest, oh man, that got to be one of the best joys that a person can get as an artist. That's all we want to do as artists, because I'm an artist too. You know what I'm
you're right.
saying?
You're right. That's it. I don't want to do the job.
Yeah,
When you get paid off your craft, man, that is definitely
that's it.
that's big to get paid off your craft.
Yeah, congrats.
But like you gotta be dedicated to do it though.
Yep.
You gotta be because it's not gonna fall in your lap or nothing like that. You gotta be dedicated to do it. Like because people didn't believe I was still getting up that early. I was like, yeah, I'm getting up this early because somebody else trying to do movies, somebody else writing all that. So when they alarm going off at 9, I'm already up at 3 something. I'm already ahead of the game.
Yeah, yeah. So you got young kids.
22, 16, and 11.
Okay, okay. So you don't have to worry about them. Yeah, distracting you. They old enough to, you ain't got
They old
babies.
enough to man. They old enough to sit the fuck down if they gotta be around, whatever, or whatever, for real.
So do they live with you?
Nah, no, nah. But they know what I do. They know what I do. They know what I'm trying to do. Whatever. Like I said,
Yeah,
my son, he be want me to write him in something or whatever. I'm like, man, just play ball, man. Just stick to
yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay. So where do your creative ideas usually come from? Is it like, do you get dreams, or is it just your imagination, or is it life?
uh, the quarantine love. Now I say that kind of. I always put like a piece of real stuff in my stuff. Now the one that I'm shooting now, the grass is greener. That's real. That's definitely that's like some. I put some pieces of relationship stuff in there, so that came from real stuff
Oh,
right
okay,
there.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
All right, but it just varies basically.
yeah. It definitely it varies. It varies. Yep, it varies. It definitely varies.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Like, cause it's another one I got coming out called A Bottle in the Bag. I wrote that like last month, and that's
a bottle in a bag.
A Bottle in the Bag. Yep. I can't even say what it's about, but yep, Bottle in the Bag.
Oh,
Yep.
I can't even imagine
Yep.
what that's about.
Yeah,
Um,
but it's gonna be like a message type thing though, man. That's the crazy. It's gonna be like a message type thing. So yeah, that's and that man. I don't know, man. My mind be just. I can't even explain it. Really, that's crazy. I can't even explain it. I can't even explain it. I just be drifting.
what's
Yeah,
been one of your most proudest moments doing this, man? Probably.
probably when I had the premiere for the bartender. When I did the premiere for the bartender, and it was sold out,
Oh yeah,
and everybody was. I saw all the actors and actors, the people that was in it. You know what I'm saying? My little cast. I saw them with they people taking their pictures and all that. That was
yeah. It's nothing like it, man. Nothing like it.
yeah.
Where was your premiere at?
The Bel
Was
Air.
at the Bel Air?
Yeah.
Over there with
Last November.
what's his name? I know him. Where we did a premiere over there. The owner. Yeah,
Johnny.
Johnny. Old Johnny.
I, right, right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Johnny a good dude, man. Johnny out there grinding like we are.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
right, right.
Um, so I guess what's the biggest lesson though that you've learned in this film business so far?
If you believe strong into something, man, do it. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do, really. Especially if they ain't did it. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do, especially if they ain't did it. For real. Especially and just go hard. Just with this, go hard because it's a lot of people trying to do it. So you always have something next. And I treat this really like the music. Like when I have something, people like, man, you just got to, I'll be like, because you got to, first thing somebody will say, okay, well, what else you got? Okay, I got this, I got this, I got this. So that's my whole thing. Always have some next and just go hard with it, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
and
main thing. Go
they
hard with
always ask that too.
it. Play around with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can't play around with this because you can't play around with it.
Okay. Yeah, and I wish I would have known that. So whoever out there that's watching or who sees this little intermission right here, man, and this is a disclaimer. I started off in this movie business back in 2012, and I started with Dennis. Me and Dennis we did our first movie together. So definitely take this serious because you don't always, well, you can always get a second chance because it's creative, but we all have windows of where luck, it's like I had the I had an interview with the guy Charles Brooks, who been going viral with that house over in Detroit, right? It's that castle in Detroit. Before he get
Right. Over there off that.
Yeah, but before my interview was already scheduled before the scandal started. You see what I'm saying? So that's some stuff that you just never
Wow.
know. You just never know.
Right.
So, but if you prepared and you working, God can come along and give you a nudge if you're already busy. But he not gonna nudge you off the couch into being busy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. If you're not doing nothing, I mean, you ain't gonna get. If you're not doing that, you're not gonna get
Exactly,
nothing.
exactly, exactly. Okay, but my disclaimer was to anybody that's starting in this business, like he said, take this serious. You know, we are the movie capital. We the Motown of films right now because the way we producing them off the they kind of coming off the assembly line. Like you see how you say you pushing them out. Ain't nobody in the country doing this like we are. So we got to take this serious. This window is open for us. And anybody that's watching that's wanting to get into this business, like he said, take it serious because look who you competing against. He wake up at 3:30 in the morning. So you rolling
and
over
that's
at
and I got
11.
that from right. I got that from the motivational speaker guy, man, Eric Thomas.
Yeah.
And I was listening to him one day, and he said, and Steve Harvey said too. He said, "Man, I'm waking up before y'all even think about it." He said, "Man, by the time you get up, right, trying to write jokes, man, I'm already done."
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how I'm trying to be ahead,
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anybody that's competing, and we not so much competing because we need so much content. We can't make enough.
That's what it is.
Yeah, we can't even
That's
make
what it
enough. So you're
is.
not really competing. It may feel like it. Well, you're competing for people's time because people can only watch one movie at a time.
Right.
And whoever they're
Right.
gonna get a 2
Right.
hours, an hour and a half to, it could be you or it could be me. But you just gotta know when you get their attention, you gotta just be serious about it. It's one of them things. So let me
Yeah.
ask you this.
Yeah.
How do you stay grounded now that people are watching your work and your name is getting out there and you making money and stuff like that?
Because I could be behind the scenes, man. Really, as long as I could be behind the scenes, man, and I could, I don't know, man. As long as I could go out and, because I don't really be out like that anyway. So as long as I could go out and and just be normal, really, as long as I could be normal. I want my cast to get all the fame and all that stuff, and I want to still be able to. I want to be able to be out with my cast and they walk right past me to go to them. And I'll be like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is my thing, to stay behind the scenes, man, as low key as possible. I know it's going to be hard, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to try.
Well, I'm gonna say this. You keep doing these interviews. I'm glad you did one with me. But no, I'm just saying, like, yeah, that's good, man, because at the end of the day, it's kind of like producers now. Producers are like artists now. So if you produce music, like they are like artists. You know, they
Right,
tag everything with their name and all that on it. So you saying
right.
basically that's not your goal to do that so much?
Nope,
Okay.
nope, nope. I want to put out good stuff, but stay in the back scene, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Every little a little cameo maybe here or there, and that just be for them. But other than that, if I can stay in the back scene and be out with the cast and kind of be unknown, that is the greatest thing ever, man. That is, I want my people to just blow, man. Really, yeah.
So if somebody's watching your films for the first time, what do you hope that they walk away with?
Like the bartender, man. I just want people to be like, man, that was a good movie, pretty much, and the ending to probably shock people, whatever. And the crazy part about that, that was not even the copy that's supposed to even be out there because it was another edited copy, but Tubi ended up boom, they put it out there. So that's how that because it was a cut. The sound on that was a little crazy or whatever at a little bit sometime, and I was like, man, but it's out there. You can still hear it, whatever good, whatever. You get the story with all that type of stuff. But that's the main thing. I want people to come away like, wow, the ending shocked me, and that's yeah.
That's it's crazy that. So my partner, when we were doing films, we had a lot of sound issues. This was back in 2011, 2012. We had,
Mm-hmm.
the boom would be set at different levels, different days, and it was rough back then, man. Like, how do you go about sound now? Because sound is just as important, if not more.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about pretty much just watching it a few times, man. Because all I do is write. So just watching it a few times, listening to where it might dip down or go low or whatever and all that, just trying to get everything. It, it's not gonna be perfect, but just watching it a few times before you put it out there.
Uh,
That's the main thing. Watching it a few times, man. That's what I do now. I watch everything a few times, like a few times.
So let me ask you this, since we talk about equipment a little bit. Are you using the red?
Nope,
Okay.
nope.
Okay.
Like the documentary, man. That was I don't even I don't even shoot. I just when it was time for the documentary, I knew the camera guy couldn't go to Atlanta and all that because of the timing. So I had bought a little 8K camera and shot that with that. So that's the hair documentary was my first time holding the camera. Really, that was my first time holding the camera. But I didn't shoot the bartender on that, but the thing I shot the hair documentary, that was my first time holding the camera. And it definitely ain't no red boy. I know them red things. I'm not that serious of a cameraman yet to get that red
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Now my cameraman, he might upgrade eventually to some close to that or whatever, but we not using that. That's that. Nah, them things right there, them red lenses.
Yeah. So let's give somebody their flowers in this business, man. Who do you look up to or who do you admire in this business that's doing what you do?
All the people from the D, man, like Murder Pain, Lisa, of course, Dennis, Kamal, man. It's a few people, man. But them like the main ones, man, because they like kind of paved the way, man. They've been doing it for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I definitely admire them, man, because they, you know what I'm saying? People, when anybody's stepping out, man, to do something that they like, some dream type stuff, I gotta admire that, man, because it, it don't take nothing to get up and go to nobody's job every day,
Yeah.
really, because you supposed to be there. Now go do something that you're not supposed to. Do it on your own, like you say, be disciplined enough, to do it on your own, and then okay then. But waking up, going to a job, that's easy. That's real easy.
Yeah.
You supposed to be there. You supposed to be there. So, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's somebody else's script already wrote for you.
there it is
Yeah.
right there. But some people that's what they like to do. So hey,
Well, well,
I just wanted to do something different.
well, we like security just as humans. You know what I'm saying? I get it. We
Right,
like security. Matter
right,
of fact, you doing this for security, really. You want to make sure your family
right,
is good.
right.
It's just a different type of security.
Yeah,
It's actually a
yeah,
security that you can really depend on more so. A lot of times the security we get at a 9 to 5 is really false because whenever that person changed their mind about their vision, It's over with.
They're gonna change it, right? Like now, it's like people getting laid off and stuff and all that. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, the company want to do something different right now, so you don't have no control over that. This, I can kind of, I can't really control it, but I can control it.
Yeah. Yep. You can. And if you put your customer first and say, look, I'm gonna keep making what y'all, because the analytics are gonna tell you what people like, what they don't
Yeah,
like, and you just feed that algorithm and make sure you keep making those type of films. One of the reasons that Tyler Perry make Medea, because it's doing so good. It says on paper that we love Medea. So people be like, man, put the
listen, that's another person.
yeah,
like he really. Once I watched that movie that he had on Prime, about how he came and all that stuff, did all this and did it on his own and all that. Like I definitely look up to him, man, because he saw something and people was doubting it and all that, and now everybody is quiet about it.
yeah. He impressed me with that movie he did with the ladies that was doing the mail. It's this movie he had out about how we started doing mail in the United States. I can't think of the name
Mhm.
of it. My bad. But anyway, that's when I took him. So he had done other films, but Medea is kind of still like a play to me. But
Right, that right. Medea still like a play
it's
to
a
me.
play.
It was what was it? It was one of the parts, man, and it was Mama's Boy or whatever the last thing they was talking about, man, how he when he had that Meet the Browns, he came with 10 episodes.
Yeah,
And then they was kind of doubting him. So he put his own money up, wrote 90 more episodes, and then they had to pay him his bread. And I was like, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. Like he put his own, and he said to me, he said, if you're not gonna put your own money behind you, you can't expect nobody else to put the money behind
yeah,
you.
yeah. Um, Most definitely, man. So what's I want to so much ask you what's next. 'Cause I got a couple other questions, but I do want to say, um, how if somebody wanted to get in one of your films, what they need to do?
Just hit me up on Facebook, Yohance Bonner. I'm always looking for people, man.
Okay,
Yohance Bonner on Facebook, and that's pretty much it. The thing is, I mean, pretty much everybody who asks me, and I say, yeah, they show up.
okay,
It's not on me. It's on once they say, yeah, I'm gonna let them know. And I mean, if sometimes people show, sometimes they don't, but it's pretty much be an open cast. It'd be an open cast, and really, like I pretty much I got something for everybody, man. Like I got movies. I don't know when I'm gonna do it because I need certain actors and certain races and stuff like that. So until I see somebody I'm gonna use or something, I'm not gonna shoot it.
yeah.
So, but I got something everything.
Let me ask you this: you say basically when it comes to the level of talent that you want to have in your films, who is somebody you want to work with that you got a script for?
Now that right there, if I could shoot my mother's Lord, please make it stop how I want to do it, I would go get Viola Davis to play my mother. And I get Octavia Spencer to play the youngest version of my mother.
Okay,
Like that's two people I know for sure. Like I know I already know she'll play it perfect. Like it'll be like wrote perfect for her.
okay. Now that's dope. That's dope. And sometimes we got to speak that out, put that out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
We 1 degree away from everything that we want with this social media thing.
right,
Like literally.
right. For real. I mean,
Yeah,
it's pretty much like you say you one view from changing your life.
exactly.
One view from changing your
From
life.
change your life.
Yep.
But people got to know what you're doing. They have to feel the energy. They have to buy into your story. I tell people all the time, one of the reasons, like Trump or not, his story. Like
Right.
he's just the comeback kid. You know what I'm saying? And I said for sure when he would got shot, I said, oh man, if he lived through this and then he threw that fist up,
Oh man,
I
he
was like,
like
oh,
Pac
it's a
right
done
now. He
deal. He
can't be
like Tupac. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
yeah, he can't be touched. He feel like he can't be touched right now.
Yeah. And
So
he threw the fist up. And what people say is staged, I don't know, but I'm just saying, if it's staged, it's
Whatever
still.
it is, right now he man.
Yeah, you gotta imagine if you were following him and you saw that fist go up with that blood running down the side of his face. He was the ultimate patriot. Man, I see you with your Nets gear on, man. Why that ain't Pistons, man? It's the same color.
Oh man, I got just the old Petrovich boy on, man. Hey man, it was I don't know. I just threw this on today, but I'm definitely
You messing with the
man.
new Pistons?
We gonna beat New York.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna beat New York, and it ain't really go. It shouldn't be no surprise to nobody because we was 3-1 against them this year. So I don't see nothing gonna change really. So yeah, we're gonna beat them. Now the second round is something different, but we're gonna beat New York. But I think I don't know if I don't know if they win the chip again, honestly, because the league man is so wide open and stuff. But I we they're gonna make some noise this year and from here this year and next year, especially when Ivy come back.
So you sound like you got a background and you used to play ball,
Oh man, I played a little bit here and there, man.
but not
I
not in
did
high school.
mostly not no, I did football really in high school. I went to basketball camps though. So I used to run into a lot of people. Like I played against Shane. Uh man, I played against a few people, man. Like at camps and stuff. Like I played at the Saint in the summer leagues and all that. I had when I went to U of M camp, it was Steve Fisher camp. So I had the coach from Toledo, Scott, was there in Ohio, and they was in the USA Today, and he was trying to get me to come there and all that for my 12th grade year, and I was like, nah. So I'll probably be doing something different, but oh well, the book writes itself.
The book writes itself. Man, you seem like you have. Is your father in your life? Was he raised? Was you raised
Yeah,
with your
man,
father?
I talk to him every. He's not in there, but I talk to him every now and then, man.
Well, you seem like.
I gotta be the father, really. I gotta call him and all that stuff. He's still working and trying to be busy, like
Yeah,
man, whatever.
yeah, yeah. Well, you sound like you had a good upbringing, man. That allowed you free headspace to dream big and do all this. You know what I'm saying? Is
Yeah,
that's thanks to your mother? Because I can just tell you got a big
yep,
imagination.
yep. Mother and grandmother, man, and yeah, like you say, that definitely helps because you can mess up with free time.
Yeah.
You can mess up with free time and blow it. So I mean, yeah,
Okay.
yep.
Okay. Um. So you say if people want to get in your films, just hit you on online. Um.
That's it. Yep. Just hit me up on the book, man. Yep,
Okay, and then if
yep.
the films that you have out online, right? I mean, on Tubi, is The Bartender. What is The Bartender about? Is it just about a bartender?
About a bartender, man, dealing with the regular customers and their issues, man. The bartenders really are like counselors.
Yeah.
All they do is absorb people's stuff all day, man, and nobody really wonders how the bartender feeling. But that's one of them jobs you can't. The bartender always got to be happy because you can't go to a bar. The bartender got an attitude, you ain't coming back no more. So pretty much it's about somebody absorbing everybody's problems, but he dealing with something on his own.
Okay, I like the premise of that already. Then you got the Wig Slayer.
Wig slayers, yep. That's I went to Atlanta because they say that's the hair capital of the world. So I let people promote their brand and all that. And it's like beauty shops, beauty salons. Uh, I was trying to keep it all black, but it's a white lady in there, Rebecca Walden Wig Studio, and I had to put her in there because she only do wigs for medical reasons.
Okay.
So I had to put her in there. Yep, and her story, man, is just crazy. But so I got Atlanta, Detroit, and I got everybody just promoting their brand. Yep.
Okay, let me ask you this.
And I did it all. I did it all for free because somebody asked, was I charging them? And I was like, no, and they couldn't believe it. But I'm not even man. My thing, if everybody else is happy and all that, I'm fine.
And,
So it was just pretty much let people just promote their brand.
and let me tell you something, man. Um, are you doing it for free? No, you're not doing it for free because you get yours on the back end.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, you ain't doing it for free. Um, a lot of times people don't understand equity, man. They want what's up front and they miss the opportunity trying to get the little crumbs up front. But if you if
Yeah. Because like one girl, she had just opened her shop, so I said, "Oh, this is perfect for you." And it was just, man, hey, they were the man. Them people were so happy that I was in that documentary, man. That made me happy, really, honestly.
okay, okay. And
And I got all of them straight Google. I didn't know none of them. I Googled everybody in there. Some people said no. Some the people that said yeah, I came to their shop.
okay. And then and that was shot and edited. And
Yeah, my boy edited that.
did you have a premiere for it?
Nope, didn't do a premiere for it. I was gonna go to Atlanta and do a premiere, but I didn't know when it was coming out, and it just because they didn't, like I said, they didn't really know what they was going to do with it. So by the time I found out it was coming out, it was out already. I'm like, oh wow. So that's how that happened right there.
Have you ever been turned down by Tubi or any? Have you ever took any project to your distribution people or Tubi and they said, "No, we don't think this is good. You know, take it back, redo it, do this, come back."
They took my first two.
Wow.
Those was my first two projects I turned in, and they took them.
Okay.
Yep.
And
So I
honestly,
haven't even
I,
experienced that. But now I'm like with the day, I'm waiting to hear back from them now or whatever. So I am waiting like now, but that's the hardest thing, waiting to see if they take it. That's the hardest part of the process, hoping they take it. Really. That's the hardest part of it. The writing is easy and all that. The hardest part is hoping they take it. Yeah.
so do you negotiate your fees for every movie you do as one, or is it on an individual basis? Like if you bring something to Dennis or whoever, you know, doing the distribution, do y'all got a agreement that everything you bring is the same split?
I mean, pretty much so far, yeah, everything, yeah, the way the contract stuff be, everything is the same, yeah.
Okay.
So out of my first two, yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, man, I'm proud of you, man. I'm gonna tell you, I'm a fan already. I ain't even seen your movie, but if it's anything like the, you know, and I want to do my research. This was kind of short notice. I've been watching you move, uh, and it's just been consistent, man. So my goal is to showcase the people around me before I start branching out to strangers. And
Mm-hmm.
it's so much talent. I know you already know. Just looking at your Facebook page, there's so many people with talent. You really don't even have to go
Yeah.
outside your circle. I'm almost 8 months in, man.
I mean, you don't, man. You
Yeah.
don't like. See, the thing is, one of the people that's in my movies, he played Brandon in The Bartender. My boy Sherrod. When he got my first book, he said, "Man, if you ever do movies, man, don't forget about me." So the first movie I did, he was in it.
Okay.
So I didn't even have to go look for nobody for that. It's just, and then the part when I was reading it, I'm like, okay, this gonna fit him. Like, and then the character Charles, my boy Dion, I'm like, okay, yeah, this gonna fit him. The bartender, my boy Jay, it's just, man, the people I knew, they was perfect for the characters,
Yeah.
and that's crazy. They was perfect for the characters, y'all.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me see. Tell me, I wanted to ask you because it's always a floating scale for people when it comes to this. In full transparency, I paid all my actors when I first started. It was a bad idea, and I'm gonna tell
How
you.
do you decide? How do you determine how to pay them? That's okay. How do you determine how to pay them?
I,
Like, how do you determine that?
I gave them a day rate. A day rate.
For what is a day rate for somebody starting out that ain't did nothing? What is a day rate?
Exactly. So listen, I think our budget was 25K or something like that, and 7,500 of it went to paying actors. Crazy. And nobody had a film out. Nobody was a draw. It was a bad idea, but it was new. And I'm gonna tell you what my goal was: to be the only producer paying all the actors, because I know ain't nobody else paying them, and I just tried to work
So
it in the
usually,
budget. So that was gonna be how I separated myself from the rest of the people doing it. But I found out that's a bad idea. If you can't put asses in seats,
Yeah.
I can't pay you because you just bringing 10 people that you know that already want to support you anyway, and you selling them a ticket. So we got them 10. And you, if you want to, and it's a project you're doing. So that's how I should have kept it because it didn't work
Yeah,
out right.
that's crazy because when I did my premiere, like I really could have did 2 theaters
Yeah.
because I had people like because where I was at it was 98 seats and I had 10 folding chairs in there, so it was really 108 people in there
Yeah.
because I had 10 folding chairs in the back, but I still had people, man, at least 50 people who couldn't get a ticket, man. Because I had one cast member, man, he got rid of 25 tickets by himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So it was like,
Well,
yeah.
and we had 3 theaters at the
See
Star
what I'm
at the
saying?
Star
See what I'm saying?
Southfield. Sold the whole
See
thing
what I'm
out.
saying? See what
Um,
I'm saying?
but people were mad at us because the movie never came out. They got paid, but the movie never came out.
That's
Yeah,
crazy to do
yeah.
right.
Try to stay out of that. Yeah, obviously, you've been
To have a
successful.
premiere and never drop it, man. To have a premiere and never drop it.
Yeah, yeah, it's rough, bro.
Because I was tired of people asking. The premiere was November 22nd, and the bartender came out February 2nd. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
And I was tired of people asking for them little 2 months when it's coming out. I'm like, man, I don't know yet. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, what's next for Omar O. Bonner? What's next?
the next thing is I'm trying to see, man. I'm hoping they take this doggone dance documentary, The Unknown Juke Joint. That right there, man, that's gonna be different. And that right there, that came from somebody asked me to just come up there and film like this, what they be ballrooming and hustling that, and because I had never seen nothing like it. It was on a Tuesday afternoon. It was like that's crazy. It's like a Tuesday afternoon. You'd think it's Friday night or something,
Yeah.
and it's like a bunch of older people. They just ballroom and hustling, and they having the greatest time ever. So I did that.
You
That's
know what that
next.
sound like?
What?
That's in Hamtramck.
Nah. This on the west
Oh, okay,
side.
okay. I thought it was Ears Showplace
Yep.
because I just seen Ears doing that
Nah.
with Mr. Smooth and I can't think of the other guy's name. Al. Yeah, because I was a part of that world. Remember, I did that World's Largest Hustle. So I was a part of
Okay.
that world. Yeah. But most definitely, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming on, man. It's been really insightful. I had a couple more questions that I'm going to touch on real quick. Let me see. How do you define success for yourself as a writer? Is it awards? Is it money? Or what is it?
Well, I don't do any more script competitions. So it'll have to be just the feedback from everybody, pretty much. Like people like, man, that was a good story. Yeah,
Okay.
and that right there, you know, what I'm saying that's what makes me feel good right there.
Okay. So when you watch your movies back, do you see the wins or the rewrites you wish you would have made when you're watching it? Because
I see the mistakes
yeah,
every time. I see the mistakes. That's what I really I watch it because I know people watch stuff to critique stuff. So I watch it for the mistakes. And like I said, I'm right now. I watch everything 2-3 times, man. Really, like that dance thing that's coming out. Whatever. I watched that probably 10 times. Before I told the dude, go ahead and save it. I watched it like 10 times, and I know he probably thought I was crazy, but they know how I am right now. I'm gonna watch something 10 times, man.
okay. So I need you to be transparent. I need you to be transparent in
Mm-hmm.
bartender. What part of bartender actually was in your real life?
Now that right there, like I said, none of it. I ain't even gonna lie, none of it. And and it was crazy because somebody was like, because somebody died, and it was like somebody actually was that real? That was stories. I said, man, hell no, man, that was imagination shit. None of it.
Okay, none of that.
Like I said, that came from my boy. Like, man, write a black version of Cheers. Oh, okay, a black version of Cheers bartender. Oh man, this ain't shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I don't know, it was like he was testing me or something. Like I couldn't do it. So I was like mad. Like, man, let me go write this shit.
Okay, so you just like that's a good piggyback for my next question. So you say basically it's easy for you to write that bartender story. What part about writing don't come easy to you then?
Uh, I don't know, man. I can't even answer that because a lady I sat down with somebody and she wanted me to write a story about her life. So she just gave me some points about it. And I said that was probably the hardest thing, writing about somebody else. So I got
Yeah.
to take some points, make up little scenarios and all that. So that was the hardest thing. What it was, yeah, writing about somebody else, yeah.
Okay. And are you a writer for hire? So if I wanted a film done and I wanted to hire you to write the script, I had a story, wanted to hire you to write the script. Is that something you do?
Yeah, because I love to write. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
When the lady came to me and told me, I started on it the next day. And when I told her it was done, she couldn't even believe it. Because she thought I was going, she's like, you got all this other stuff going on. I said, yeah, but writing is, I work on that whenever.
Yeah, it's just a gift.
Right.
And how does your setup look? Do you write right there like you're at the table right now at the computer, just hit the computer? Or do you need to go to the coffee shop? How does it work?
No, man, I go sit in my little kitchen office and I go sit at the kitchen table, man, and I just go, really. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I just sit at the kitchen table, man. That's why I type and write right there. Sit right at the kitchen. I got my little kitchen table. I just go in the kitchen and sit right there, so I can get up, get my snacks whenever I want to, and yep.
All right, let me ask you this. What so at first when you were writing scripts, you didn't have a template. You started looking up templates. What program do you use now to write scripts? Because I know you're using a
No,
program now.
no, I don't use no program. I don't use a program because I can't even remember who told me. Like, man, the pro for what? Like, because I'm looking, like I said, every script I look at is kind of pretty much wrote the same way. I'm like, okay, why do I need a script writing pro? Like, what is that going to do that I can't do? I'm just writing and have a person name and what they're supposed to say. Like, I don't need to. I don't know, man. I just don't use no program, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just different.
No, no. I mean, I get it. It seemed like you would just want to write it in and hit. Because now when you do it the way you're doing it, are you using Word and just going down and putting people's names on the side of each
I'm
thing they saying? And
I'm typing my scripts out. Yep, I'm typing my scripts out. Yep,
okay,
yep,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yep,
yeah, yeah.
yep.
Okay,
I like that. I like that whole process. I like that process really.
okay,
Yep.
okay, yeah, yeah. I guess a script. I ain't gonna say it would be for amateurs because that wouldn't be, but it would be more of a streamline. Soon as you hit submit or send, or it'll just come out. It'll just start printing out. You know what I'm saying? Everything already. What you do is you have to go back in and typeset it a little bit before you send it to somebody else and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah, I got
Uh, I guess I do it like that. For yep.
you. Yeah, before you send it to me.
But when I type it out, I had a I had a scene settings in there typed out all that. Like I might be overworking it, probably so.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get it. They get on there when they supposed to have new clothes on, like everything is on there. When they get they pretty much only thing they got to ask me is what day we shoot
Okay. Yeah.
because they
Everything
have
is
on
spelled
there.
out.
If it's a new day, it's got a new day on there. It say something like new day, new outfit. Okay, so I know that boom, boom, boom. That like it'd be like that type of stuff.
Okay. Uh,
But it'd be detailed, be real detailed.
yeah. Um, before we conclude, man, What's one thing the audience would never guess about this journey from script to screen? What's one thing we would never guess that's behind the scenes that just something that
Well, I scrapped 2 projects. I scrapped my first project. I scrapped 2 projects.
Okay, finished project.
I scrapped, man, Lord, please make it stop. That was done. But I'm not the editor, I'm not the techie or none of that. I just write. Somehow, man, when it was get edited and all that, the audio got lost.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
I'm talking about done, sir. Done. And one lady came from Arizona to do her parts. So when I told her, she was outdone. She's like, what do you mean? But everybody said they'd come back and do it. So I'm gonna get around back to it, but to have something done and then gotta scrap it because some freaking audio you can't find,
Listen,
that was incredible right
that's
there.
funny you just said
But
that.
I got a whole lot. That ain't even the same camera guy I got right now. So that's what that
Yeah,
was.
yeah, you're supposed to go through that process with him. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
I got you. I got you. Okay, man. So let me see. Quarantine.
But it's like you say, everything don't always go how you want it to go. Like everything don't always go like you want it to go.
Yeah,
And the hardest thing, really the hardest thing was, man, getting people to shut up. Cause when I left the job, everybody, oh, what you going, why? Just let me do this, man. Keep doing what y'all doing and let me do this. It was like people was more worried about what I was about to do than what they was doing. And that was my whole thing. Like, man, just let me figure this out. Do what y'all doing. Let me figure this out.
oh yeah, yeah. So did you had a big going away uh I
Nope.
quit party?
Nope. Nobody even knew it, man. The female I was dealing with was the only one who knew it. Nobody else knew it. But even with her, I told her March 18th. When I woke up March 17th and clocked in, I knew that was my last day then.
Okay.
I told her it was gonna be a day later. Yep. So the next day, she was like, "Where you at? You ain't coming to work today?" Nope.
Yep, I'm done.
I'm done, man.
That's big.
Because I had been hearing leave, and that's what people didn't understand. Like I have been hearing it already. Like so, it was like, okay, like how long am I gonna keep doing this other stuff when I'm supposed to be doing this other stuff?
Yeah.
So
Man, congratulations on that, bro. And I love to see people that take that leap of faith. And sometimes you get bruised up, but hey, when you get on the other side, man, it's a whole nother world. My
yeah,
cousin,
yeah,
shout out to my cousin, big fella. He calls it living on the cloud. See, so
living on the
living on the
cloud.
cloud, because at a certain level, normal life is not going to be your major concern. And when I say normal life, is traffic, um, just those random worries that you have in a day when you're trying to make ends meet. Some people don't deal with those worries. They got other worries, but they above those worries. They on the cloud. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to worry about driving. They don't have to worry all the stuff that frustrates you a little bit that you got to do. They don't even think about. Their frustrations are more of you coming to do what you're doing right now, sitting in front of a new audience and kind of being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? That's your worries. It's a different worry. That's the cloud. That's the cloud, bro. So I see you sitting on the cloud. I'm definitely headed to the cloud. And we all headed to that other cloud. So we better get down to business. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man, you can't really play with this, man. You can't. Anybody who got a gift, man, whatever your gift is, you can't play with it, man. Like, cause you never know when it's your time. So it's like, and you can't play around with it. You can't just. And me, my thing was, I just didn't want to be known just for going to work. Like I know people who died, saying that work there, or whatever. And a lot of people they be like, man, I mean, man, he's he used to be in this business, he used to be working his ass. No, I don't want that to be my story right there. Just he just worked. No, I don't want to just work.
Yeah. But you know, the same way that you don't want that to be your story, somebody else wants that to be their story. That means a lot to them.
Yeah, yeah. Like I
Yeah.
said, I don't knock people
Yeah.
who.
Yeah.
I just feel like everybody got a different calling, and that wasn't mine.
Right.
But it's some people that I know that works that don't work on the stuff that they really be wanting to do.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, man, y'all playing, man. Y'all playing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I got you, bro. So, but what's next
Yep.
is this, are we gonna be rooting for you, man, on this project that you got with Tubi right now? We rooting for you, bro. They gonna take it. And hopefully you have a release party or something when I'm in Detroit. I can come check you out. Cause you in Detroit, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Detroit, Detroit.
Okay. All right, man. So
For now.
yeah, yeah. I got you. I got you. So look, man, in closing, bro, I appreciate you coming on, man. It's been really insightful for anybody that wants to do acting, that wants to do producing, that wants to do.
Yeah, man. Holler at me, man. Yohance Bonner, man, on Facebook. Just hit me up. I got stuff that I can't do yet because I need a Mexican. I need a white person.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a lot of stuff I got sitting that are just sitting in the notebooks already typed.
Yeah,
I got 12 scripts.
that's what I was gonna say, man. Like, I hope my vocal. See, I hope I wasn't too loud this whole time. But I wanted to say, like, what would you say to all the people that want to do what you're doing, that's sitting on the couch, that's afraid to make that leap? What would you say?
Ain't nothing gonna happen if don't nothing happen. That's pretty much how it is. Ain't nothing gonna happen. If you want something to happen, ain't nothing gonna happen if don't nothing happen. So you could want to do something all you want, but if you don't never start it, it's definitely never going to get done. So you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's go back to the old slogan, man. Talk don't cost nothing. Like a lot of people be telling me, "Oh man, I want to do this." I'm like, okay, well, do it. Like that's one thing people can't none of the people I deal with, man, nothing tell me what they want to do because I'm gonna be on their head about it because I'm not playing around with mine. So I'm definitely not gonna be around you every day watching you play around with yours. So that's what it is.
That's real, man. Hey, man. Again, thanks for being here. Yohance
Yes, sir.
Bonner
Yes, sir.
on Facebook. If people want to look you up, you
Yep.
got an
Yep.
IMDb. How I go?
IMDb.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
IMDb.
Yep.
What would that be up under?
That'd be under my government, Omari Bonner, man. Yep.
Okay.
Really, you Google my name, Omari Bonner, and pretty much that Tubi stuff, all that's gonna come up.
Okay, for sure, man. Hey, thanks for being here, bro. We'll get together soon.
Yes, sir.
Man, I appreciate you being here.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna put you backstage for a minute. Just stay there because I want to let this download real quick. Yep,
Okay.
hang on one second. But there y'all have it, man. We just had a good interview with my brother, man. I'm proud of him and everything that he's doing. He and I hadn't had a real chance to really chop it up since high school almost, Um, and but I watched him from afar and I see that he stuck to his guns. He's what I call a disruptor. And I hope that y'all were inspired by this. Go check out his movie, The Bartender, The Wig Slayer, and keep rooting for your own, man. People doing some great things, and you can be inspired. And if you're not inspired by this show, then we need to know what you're doing because this right here, I need to be interviewing you too. So listen, appreciate y'all being here. This is the Pattern Disruption Podcast. Talk to y'all later. Keep disrupting. Peace.